আজকের মতো বরফ আমি এর আগে পড়তে দেখিনি। গাড়ি নড়তে পারছে না, আর প্রায় 3 ফিট মতো স্নো বরফ যাচ্ছে একটু কাজে।
What happened?
I don't know. Look at that. Look at this.
It's pretty snowy.
Not sure if I'll get all this shoveling done. Trying to get the cars out. Got a bit done.
The city of Toronto and the Greater Toronto area witnessed a powerful winter snowstorm over the weekend that dumped a record-breaking amount of snow across the region, sending crews and residents scrambling to clear streets and public places as the city found itself buried under historic accumulation. According to Environment Canada, 56 centimeters of snow fell over the 2 days, the highest amount recorded in a single weekend this season. The heavy snowfall arrived as part of a broader winter weather system that disrupted travel and winter routines across southern Ontario, making this one of the most significant snow events in the region in decades. City of Toronto crews, transportation services and emergency planners were quick to mobilize in response to the extreme weather event, deploying plows, salt trucks, and snow removal equipment throughout the city. Residents were urged to stay off the roads to facilitate plowing as cleanup progressed. With an unprecedented amount of snow hitting the city, teams have been focusing on priority routes and local streets to restore safe conditions for commuters and pedestrians, highlighting the scale of effort required to dig out from this record snowfall. Downtown Toronto received nearly 60 centimeters of snow as strong winds, gusting up to 50 kilometers an hour, led to whiteout conditions on the roads. The city of Toronto declared a major snowstorm condition and significant weather event as of 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. It was the snowiest day ever reported at Toronto's Pearson Airport, which received 46 centimeters of snow. According to flight tracking site FlightAware, there were nearly 600 flight cancellations at Pearson on Sunday. Making matters worse was a winter storm across the central and eastern United States. The extreme weather has so far led to at least 7 deaths in the U.S. according to local officials. NBC News reported, hundreds of thousands have been left without power. Toronto is beginning to dig itself out from the largest snowfall in the city's history, a process which officials say is likely to take several days. Some parts of Canada's largest city were buried under nearly 60 centimeters, about 23 in, of snow, and more than 500 flights were cancelled Sunday after Toronto's main airport was snowed in. More than 88.2 centimeters of snow have fallen at Pearson International Airport this month, marking the snowiest January and snowiest month since records began in 1937. The storm, which swept across much of North America over the weekend, prompted several school boards to take the rare step of announcing closures on Sunday evening, to the elation of Toronto students, who received their second snow day of the month. Staff and families typically learn of closures early in the morning. The snow caused more 430 collisions in Toronto and another 200 in the surrounding areas, including one fatality. Police warned drivers that roadside banks of snow created by snowplows could lead to cars entering launch-type angle and flying off the highway. In Toronto's downtown core, drivers were still facing challenging conditions on residential streets. The city's transit system, used by more than 1 million people each day, was hit with multiple delays and closures. On one major route, A streetcar derailed and subways were unable to traverse sections of track that were above ground and received significant snowfall. Toronto's city manager said staff would prioritize main roadways and it would be days before residential streets and sidewalks were cleared. In addition to snowplows, the city had workers using shovels. This is going to be a plowing day, and then we're going to have to shift into removal time once we get through today and into tomorrow, said Paul Johnson. Residents can use the city's GPS tracking tool, Plow.to, to follow snowplows and see which streets have been cleared.
It was crazy.
South of the border, snow canceled flights in the U.S. and ice storms brought power outages and hazardous roads. At least 13 weather-related deaths have been reported. Still, the snowfall has been eagerly embraced by Toronto residents, some of whom took to skiing along quiet streets on a sunny morning. Children, sleds and shovels in hand, surveyed the extent of the storm, enjoying both a record snowfall and a long weekend. CP24 meteorologist Bill Coulter said Toronto's location along the shores of Lake Ontario was a key ingredient for the snow, which far exceeded initial predictions. The Weather Network said the same system, a once-in-a-generation winter storm, is responsible for intense snow across Ontario and the impending winter storm expected throughout Atlantic Canada. On Monday morning, Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield shared his view of a snow-covered street in a post on X. City Councillor Josh Matlow posted a photo on X of a vehicle submerged under snow on a residential street. He also shared a message explaining that it would take some time to dig out after the record-breaking snowfall. Meanwhile, snow engulfed the backyard of a York University professor, Costa Derpanis, who is currently on sabbatical in Munich. He shared a photo of his patio table completely covered, captioning it, "Snow back at my place in Toronto." Toronto Pearson shared a video of a WestJet plane moving smoothly across the runway. It said that snow clearing operations continue after severe winter weather impacted flights to and from the airport. Chris Alders, who publishes a weekly newsletter focused on optimism, returned from a trip to more than 60 centimeters of snow. He wrote on X, "Thanks for the gentle reminder we're home, Canada," he said. He posted a video showing snow pressed up against his backyard door and covering his backyard, as well a photo of the street with a snowbank on one side. Weather Network meteorologist Mark Robinson said he was shocked by the amount of snow. He posted a video from Etobicoke, just south of the airport, showing how snow was up to his knees. He also urged residents to take it easy while shoveling because it's a tough physical activity that can contribute to heart attacks. On Monday, Toronto District School Board schools, public libraries, and the Toronto Zoo said they would remain closed due to weather. Toronto Metropolitan University, York University, and University of Toronto's campuses are closed. College campuses, such as George Brown, Centennial, and Humber, are also closed. A new forecast said southern Ontario's weather will be snowy and very cold this week. Parts of the province that were just hit with a historic winter storm, including Toronto and the GTA, could get even more snow. The Weather Network revealed that squalls and a clipper system are threatening southern Ontario with winter weather. This comes after a historic snowfall on Sunday that brought 56 centimeters to downtown Toronto and 46 centimeters to Pearson Airport in Mississauga. The winter storm also dropped 53 centimeters of snow in Milton, 37 centimeters in Trenton, and 17 centimeters in London. Now, some parts of southern Ontario could get up to 25 centimeters by midweek. Lake-effect snow will develop and impact the snowbelt regions near Lake Huron and Georgian Bay through the day on Monday, January 26. Then, a clipper system from the prairies will move across southern Ontario on Tuesday, January 27. It's forecast to bring light and blowing snow throughout the day to parts of the province, including Toronto and the GTA. Also, on Tuesday afternoon, snow squalls could lead to heavy snowfall and wetouts in southern Ontario. That includes Owen Sound, Sauble Beach, Port Elgin, Hanover, and areas near Lake Huron and Georgian Bay. In Barrie, Orillia, Midland, and places between Cobourg and Kingston, 10 to 20 centimeters is forecast on Monday and Tuesday. There could be 5 to 10 centimeters of snow in Goderich, Stratford, Mount Forest, Gravenhurst, Peterborough, Cobourg, Bancroft, Kingston, Brockville, Cornwall, and Ottawa. Also, 3 centimeters is forecast in Toronto, while 3 to 5 centimeters is forecast across the GTA. A special weather statement is in effect for PEI, with Environment Canada warning of a winter storm that could bring significant snowfall and strong winds. The snow is expected to start early Monday morning and continue until Tuesday afternoon. Islanders could see between 15 to 25 centimeters of snow, but locally higher amounts are possible according to Environment Canada. Northerly wind gusts could potentially reach 50 to 70 kilometers per hour. The statement suggests islanders plan ahead in case of school closures. Residents are encouraged to continue checking their forecast, as Environment Canada says more warnings may be issued later today. A yellow temperature warning is still in effect island-wide. The frigid air could feel as cold as -34°C with the wind chill.